Cambridge ICT 25 June paper 31 spreadsheet. Spreadsheet means Excel. With paper 3, you need to create the evidence yourself. I think in this question, we don't need the evidence. I have looked at the question and there are no screenshots in the spreadsheet. You have to know that paper 3 has two questions, two main questions, spreadsheet and web authoring. I will leave the evidence for now because we will not use it in our spreadsheet. The evidence is mainly used with the web authoring. With web authoring, we need to use an application called SharePoint Designer. Let us skip this for a while and let us go directly to spreadsheet. Spreadsheet means Excel. They will never say Excel because Excel is a commercial name. They just say spreadsheet. Task 5, spreadsheet. The problem with spreadsheet questions is that every spreadsheet question has its own story. With database access, they all look the same. However, here you have to figure out how the question is laid out, and you have to be clever and well trained. Okay? You will assist Tawara Racing to analyze performance data with testing their race cars. This is a scenario. Open and examine the file trtest.csv. Let me tell one small piece of information about files that have .txt extensions. This file is a text file. You will not find any problem. You will double click on it and it will open in Excel. And you have already practiced with it doing the chart with PowerPoint. However, remember .csv is a generic file name, is a generic file type. Actually, it is a text file. What does this matter to us? How does this matter to us? You will need to do save as and convert it to a spreadsheet. At some point, just very near, we will do save as and convert it to Excel workbook. Now open, just double click on it. This is the source file and this is tr test and Microsoft Excel, separated values. Just double click on it. It loads in Excel. But this warning, keep this warning for a while. This warning is asking you that some features will not be properly saved in a text file. Currently, you are having a text file. Very soon, we will do save as and convert it into Excel workbook or spreadsheet. The exam will say, so let us hold until the exam says. However, I always like to do this. Whenever I open a spreadsheet, immediately I go to this corner and click on it. I call this select all. So I go to the left top corner and click on it. It highlights the entire workbook. And then I move the mouse to between A and B until the mouse is double arrow like this. And I double click. I call this auto fit. You have to understand the way I teach. I always say select all, double click, auto fit. Because I want all columns to be visible. I want all data to be visible. Okay? So let us read the question. Place right aligned in the header as usual. Definitely you will be asked to put your details somewhere in the header or the footer, because Cambridge likes to see your details on every single page, on every printout. Place right aligned in the header, created by colon, followed by a space, then your name, center number, candidate number. How would we go to headers and footers in a spreadsheet? I like this way. There are several ways. I like this way. I like insert. I like insert. And this button is called header and footer. Maybe it will not be visible for you. It will be inside a box called text. So if you cannot see header and footer immediately, just click on a button called text, and inside of it you will see the same icon header. It depends on the width of the computer screen you are using. I go to header and footer. The exam says in the footer, the exam says, no, the exam says right align in the header. This is right align in the header, in the top right. Just copy created by colon and space. Created by colon and space. And then put your name, center number, candidate number, as usual. This is your name, space, e.g. whatever, space 0000. These are your details. They have to be accurate so the printout counts for you. Place in the footer. Now I want to go to the footer. This button is called go to footer. Or maybe you scroll down and until you go to the footer, but please move to the footer. And created on, but the exam is not saying to put it in the footer on the left or the right or in the middle. When the exam does not say, you are free. So created on and then a space. Okay, I will put it here on the left. It's up to me. It's up to you. Created on and then a space. And then automated date. This button, current date. And the button to the right of it is current time. I think we will need them both. This button is current date. And then space. And then the text at AT. And then space. And then automated time. This button is called current time. So you put created on, colon, and a space. You put automated date and then space. You type at AT and then space and then automated time. If you like to see it working, click somewhere to the right of it. If you like to see created on 23rd 10 2025 at and the time, the computer's time, the clock time. Okay, we are done with the header and footer. We would like to exit the header and footer view. Click somewhere away from the header and footer. Click somewhere between the date. And go to the menu, view, and then normal. Sometimes these buttons can take you to the header and footer or page layout or normal. They are just the same. I just prefer view normal. The header and footer now is not visible. However, when you print, it will appear in place. Okay. Now it is very, very critical to do this step exactly as written. Save this as a spreadsheet. Remember, till now we are having a .csv file. This is a text file. All the details in the header and footer will be lost. You need to do save as Excel workbook. This is very critical. And then give it the name test data underscore example like this. Test data underscore your candidate, your center number followed by your candidate number. Let us do this very carefully. File, save as, browse takes you directly to the current folder you are working in. Okay? Before thinking of anything, change that CSV file type to the one at the top, the topmost, Excel workbook. So it's going to be native Office 2021, Office 2019, the one I'm using, or 2021 if you are using. And then put the file name like this. Test data underscore your center number underscore your candidate number. Make sure it is Excel workbook. Otherwise, all your work will be lost. Okay, and then save. See, the warning has disappeared. I don't have that yellow warning again. Okay, now I'm confident my work will be saved properly. And every 10 minutes at least, at most, every 10 minutes at most, I will click on button save. Okay. Enter the missing lab numbers in column A. What is that? So this is lab number 1. And below is lab number 2. I would like to go on 3, 4, 5, 6 until the end. Let me teach you an easy way. Definitely you can type. However, let me teach you an easy way. Please go with the mouse here and highlight this cell and the one below. Highlight these two cells from the middle of it. Okay? And then go to the bottom right corner. This plus sign until the mouse becomes a cross like this. Click on it and fill it all the way. Yes. Yeah. It went till 40. Okay. If you just don't know it, just keep writing numbers, but it will take time and maybe you will miss some numbers or so. This is called autofill. This feature in Excel is called autofill. Click on button save. Every now and then, click on button save. Okay? Okay. Let us try to figure out this calculation. This exam is not easy. However, we can carefully go through it all. Place a replicable formula. When the exam says a replicable formula, probably you're gonna do a formula and drag it down like what we have done with the numbers. Place a replicable formula in cell F14. Please go here to cell F4. I don't know why the exam is saying F14. Just please go to cell F4. This is cell F4. I will drag it down and it will fill F14 and everything. I don't know. That exam is a bit strange. But till now, just go to F4 instead of F14 and everything will go smoothly. The important thing is that we learn. Okay, we will solve it. In cell F14, we would like to put a formula here to do some calculations. Okay, to calculate the time in seconds taken for this lab. How can I calculate the time? Please examine the file. At the beginning of the question, the examiner said, open and examine. Let us examine carefully what data is here. This is time in minutes. And this is time in seconds. And this is time in 1 part of 1,000 of a second. I would like to add them all. I think I will take the value here, multiplied by 1. Plus, I will take this, multiply by 1. Because this is minutes. I would like to convert it to seconds. Plus this, because this is already in seconds. So I will take this, maybe this is cell C4. C4 multiplied by 60 plus D4, because D4 is already in seconds, plus this one is 1 part of 1,000. It says thousands. So I will take this value divided by 1,000. Let us read carefully what is written in the question. I think it will be saying the same thing as I'm saying. For example, if minutes is 1, seconds equal 14, and thousands equal 484, the cell will calculate 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay, I already figured this out. Let us see, because the exam is very kind, is giving me the final answer that I should calculate here. Definitely you cannot copy it. You have to put a formula. Let me teach you this formula. Okay? A formula always starts with an equal. A formula starts with an equal sign. Please click on the equal on your keyboard. Click on the equal. And then go to this cell. You don't need to write, this cell is C4. You don't need to write C4. Go and click on it. See, C4 is already written for you. Okay? So equal C4 multiplied by, this is the multiply symbol, shift 8 or the asterisk, multiplied by 60, as I said, plus, plus. The value in this cell, click on it, and it is plus D4. And then plus. And the value in here, that is in E4 divided by 1000. Because the E4 is one part of 1000. Just click enter. Just click enter. Look, it is 74,484. Yes, just like the exam is telling me. Okay, I am confident now. Display the data 3 decimal places. Let me do the replicate first. Let me do the replicate first. The exam says replicate this formula for all labs. Click on it. Click on it. Go to the bottom right corner. We call this the fill handle. Go to the bottom right corner. Click on it and drag it down all the way till the end of date. This is replication. They always ask to replicate. Okay? Okay. Let us go to this step because I don't want to miss anything. Display the data in the whole column as 3 decimal places. The column is already highlighted. If not, please highlight it. And then in the middle of it, right click, format cells, right click, format cells, select number. I would like it to be a number and make decimal places 3. Right click, format cell, number and decimal places 3 and click OK. See now, for example, 73.660 and then a 0. Now it is fixed number of decimal places. So 772.73.660. Now it is fixed 3 decimal places. Okay? Click on button save. Click on button save. This is 74.448. I said it incorrectly. I said 74,000. It is not. It is 74.484. Okay? See, now we have earned 6 marks. I love so much earning marks. Okay? Insert 10 new rows between 1 and 12. Let me show you. I would like to insert 10 times between 1 and 2. Okay, I will tell you how. Go with the mouse here to the far left. To the far left. Until the mouse is an arrow. Until the mouse is an arrow. Right click, insert. This is just one row. I would like to do this 10 times. Okay, can you do this again? Insert. Insert. Until you have 10 blank rows. I think now I'm done. Okay? Move the contents of cells H3 to H20 into cells A3 to A10. This. I will do cut and paste. The exam wants me to move. I would do cut and paste. Highlight these cells and then home, and this is button cut. Highlight these cells and this is button cut. Put the pointer here in A3 and this is button paste. Now data has been moved. This is cut and paste. The exam said move the data. I did cut and paste. Okay, earning marks. I like this part most. Why? It is always easy to get all the marks in here. Is about formatting the spreadsheet. Merge cells A1 to F1. Merge cells. This is cell A1 till F1. From A1 to F1. And this button is called Merge and Center. Maybe on your computers, you cannot see the text Merge and Center. You will see that icon with an A and arrows to the left and the right. Like this. Click on it. This is like merge cells in word processing. Okay. Format this merged cell with black. I think the text is already black. 36 point. This is the font size and make it 36. Sans serif. Remember when in Word they ask about sans serif, I used to take Arial. Same in here. Same in here. Click on this. Where is Arial? Yes, I can see it here. If you cannot find it, just type on the keyboard AR and then you will go. This is Arial. Black on yellow background. This fill, make it yellow background. The printer is black and white. I think it will print in gray. They will give you the mark. Okay? On yellow background. However, I think I need to make it look like this. Before I go away from this, I think this is wrap text. Click on that button, wrap text. It did not work. I can force it. I know how to make it work. Go to here between 1 and 2 and make the height twice as much. Now it is fine. So you merge cells, but not everything is visible. You decrease the height and then everything is visible. Okay, if you like to make it a bit wider, I don't mind. It's okay. Maybe you like to make it vertical middle. You like to make it vertical center, up and down. Because eventually the exam will ask you to make something that looks like this. Okay? Merge cells A12 to F12. A12 to F12. Again, merge and center. Then the exam is leaving you for the picture. Format rows 1 to 13 of the spreadsheet to look like this. And you are left for 7 marks. Let me tell you something. These borders, the borders you see here, will not show in the print. They are here just for solving. So if you want borders to appear, you have to put borders yourself. I will select this cell and make all borders. You can go do outside border, but all border is fine. I will select this cell and put borders around it. Now I notice that highlight these and make them right aligned. I just noticed. And highlight these and one cell to the right of it and make them all borders. Make them all borders. Highlight this and the row below and make them all borders. However, here I don't have borders. Here I don't have borders. Maybe I have an outside border. Highlight from the top all the way to the bottom and then click outside border. Outside border. Outside border. I think now I'm fine. And one little thing. One little thing. Thousands of seconds show text wrapping. The problem is the exam is leaving you for the picture. If you are not well trained, you will not figure out. This is text wrapping. This is text wrapping. Highlight on this, and this is wrap text. It did not work. I know how to force it to work. Make the height of row 13 between 13 and 14. Make the height twice as much. It still did not work. Okay. Make the column width narrow. Now it has to work. The last thing, I will highlight all this and make it center horizontal and center vertical. Now it looks like the question. Center horizontal and center vertical. Click on button save because I'm so careful about my work. Okay. So the exam always starts with putting your details in the header and footer, save as, and then do some formatting. Again, if you want to make the column narrow, you go between the E and F and make it narrower or wider until the text wraps the way you wish. So see off, the O is in another line. Yeah, it's okay. And click on button save. Now we have done the easy part. And I like you to always do it accurately and carefully. Okay, now we come to the more difficult part. It's about calculations, maybe counting, maybe finding the maximum, maybe finding the minimum. They call this data analysis. That's why spreadsheet is used in data analysis. Let us read it carefully. I think, look at the marks. This is 2 marks. This is 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. I think everything is easy until except that last 4 marker will be a little bit more difficult. And that's it. That's the end of the spreadsheet. We will do save and print in various formats. And this will be almost like half of the marks of your paper 3. Let us read everything carefully because exam questions, Excel exam questions differ from question. Remember the access days? We used to do query and report and all the same. Here everything, place in cell B3. Go now to cell B3. A formula to display the fastest lap time from the data displayed. Remember that these are the lap times. I would like to find the fastest. Please tell me, is the fastest the maximum or the minimum? I want the fastest. So if you are doing a race and you get less time, you are a winner. So I would like out of these to find the minimum. I need to teach you there is a function called min that finds the minimum. Let me show you how to insert functions. Put the pointer in here. Put the pointer in here in cell B3 as instructed. If you want to insert a function, this button fx is called insert function. Click on it. Click on it. First, you have to go to the exam learning all the functions you have to use. I already know all the functions. Let me teach you. This function used now will called minimum. Delete this, and type MIN in here and click on go. You need to know the function name to search for it. So this is min and click on go. Okay, this is function min. Click another time on OK. This is the window of function min. If you are able to select the correct arguments, you are done. Go to number 1. I will not use number 2. Go to number 1 and highlight cells here. And click on button OK. That's it. Yeah, the minimum is 70.021. I can show you a way to be sure. I can show you. Go after clicking OK. Go in the middle of it and double click. Double click. It opens and shows the selected cells in blue. So it is equal min these cells. Okay, press on the keyboard on enter. Okay, now I have earned 2 marks. Okay, the one below is very similar. However, in B4 display the slowest lap time. We have to do function max. Exactly the same. Go to here, fx, and delete this and search for max. And go. Yeah, this is function max. Okay. Highlight the same cells. And click OK. See, the maximum is 76 point whatever. Okay, excellent. Excellent. What else? In B5, I would like to have the average. Same. Instead, use function average. Same. fx, delete, and search for average, and go. Okay. For number 1, we don't need number 2. Highlight these cells. Click OK. This is the average. Okay, that was easy. Let us go to 18, 19, 20, 21. Maybe there will be moderate. And then 22, maybe it be a bit more difficult. And then the exam will finish. Let us read carefully because I am teaching you new formulae. Formulae and formulas are the same, both plural. Formulae is English British, formulas in English US. We will see this in a minute. That's why I'm talking about. Place in B6. This is B6. A formula to display the number. Maybe I need to count the number of laps with supercharger where the supercharger was on. How can I do this? First, I'm thinking of a function to count. Okay? The number of laps. So this is count of the number of laps. Where the supercharger was on, I have to find. I can see here there is a column with some on and some off representing supercharger on or off. I have an idea. I would like to count from this column how many times on was written. How many times? Okay, this is function count if. This is function. I'm throwing so many new things at you, but you are clever. Okay, put the pointer in here and go to fx and search for the function countif. You have to train and learn all functions you need to know. So, count, C-O-U-N-T-I-F, countif. Just one word, countif, and go. Here it is. Okay? And click OK. See? Now I have to do more. With countif, there is a range, there is a criteria. Okay. Put the pointer in the range. This is my range. This is the range. The column in which you'd like to count how many on was written. And obviously the criteria is the word on, O-N, and type O capital to make sure it will match. And click OK. I think 18 is reasonable. If you like to make sure, go and double click on it. See, it is counting in that yellow, in that blue column. I think it is fine. Yeah, the next one. Maybe the next one is the same, except for counting for on, you will count for off. That's why it is only worth 1 mark. Read it. In B7, formula to display the number of laps where the supercharger was off. Okay? Okay? Fx, you don't need to search for count if. Why? Because it's in here, in the most recently used function. Okay? So this is count if, and click OK. The range, these cells. The criteria, this time OFF. And click on OK. 22 times off. Easy. Click on button save. Click on button save. Let us go further. Let us go further. In cell B8, this is cell B8. Calculate the average. We did the average before. However, not average among them all. Average among only the times where supercharger was on. How can I do average for only the on? And step 21, you will need to do the average for only the off. Let me tell you, the function to use here will be average if. Let me show you. The function to use will be average if. Things are getting more serious, but you are getting more clever. Okay? So put the pointer here, fx, and search for average if. Average if, and go. You need to know plenty of functions to be able to do whatever you need to do. This is average if. Okay? Let us read it carefully. In average if, there is a range and there is a criteria. Maybe that range and that criteria will be exactly similar to the count if we have just used. However, there is one thing more, that is the average range. Let me show you for the first time, and you can easily do the other one, average over the off. We are doing now average over the on. Okay? So the range is that column where you can find on or off. You may like to read the help. So the range, this is the range where you can find on or off. The criteria on, like the last time, like count if. However, the new thing is the average range. If you like to read the help, the average range are the actual cells to average. I think the average cells to average are those cells with lap times. So it's a mix between average and count if. So it is average if. Let me click on OK. Average if. This is the range. Okay. And the criteria is on. Okay. And the average and the average range is this. Maybe I made a mistake writing the criteria. Okay. Working. Don't worry if you get an error message. I think my error was I have written on incorrectly. So they were dividing by 0. Okay. Okay. Let us double click on it and explain it again. Let us double click on it. I like so much showing those colored cells to students. I like so much. The function is called average if. The range is that column that contains on or off. The criteria I wrote on. The average range is the red column on the left, on the right, with the actual cells to average. Click on enter. Click on enter. Okay? Let us do it exactly the same. However, instead for writing on for the criteria, write off for the criteria. Maybe it is better to leave you. Try to do it on your own. Okay, let me help you. This is fx and this is average if. You don't have to search for it. It is already in the most recently used list. And click on OK. The range is that column. The criteria now is off. The average range is that the actual cells to average. And OK, yes. Remember to save. Remember to save. Okay, we are almost there. There is only one little function that may be the hardest in that example. I think this example wasn't hard at all. Place in cell B10. This is the only cell left. Place in cell B10. A formula to display. SC success. When you see something bold like this, so this is the text that should show. SC success or SC failed. If maybe I have to do an if function. Okay? Maybe I have to do an if function. Let us read again. If the average lap time was faster, Can you tell the faster is the bigger or the smaller? The faster is the smaller. Okay? If the average lap time was faster than with supercharger on to or FC failed if not. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. ماشي? Please, let me explain. Let me explain what the examiner wants. If this is smaller than that, I will output SC success. If not, I will output SC fail. This is just a plain if function. This is just an if function. That's it. Okay, let me show you how to do. Put the pointer here. Put the pointer here. And click on fx and search for if. This is function if. And click on go. Yeah, this is the if. And let us study it. In the if, there is a logical test. There is a logical test. Value if true and value if fail of false. The logical test is this cell with supercharger on. Smaller than. This is how we write smaller than. Then this cell. So it is B8 smaller than B9. The criteria is, or if B8 smaller than B9. Then the rest is very easy. Type here SC success. Value if true. In value if true, put SC success. And Excel will help you. You know why? It will double quote the text. Value if false, which means it is not, put SC failed. And that's it. That's it. Click OK. Check that the results are reasonable. It said SC failed. Why? The question was, if this is smaller than that, no, it is not. So it went to SC failed. Now I am done with functions. I think I will print twice. Let me show you how you print, because this is your only way to earn the marks. First, I click on button save. Save the spreadsheet, go on button save. See, the only thing left is to print twice. Let us study this carefully because it always comes like this. You need to print twice. Print the spreadsheet showing the formulae. Remember when we earlier discussed about formulas or formulae? They are both plural. Cambridge is British, so they write formulae. This is the British way of writing. You need to show, however, because Excel, Microsoft is made in the US, they have here a menu called formulas. This is just formulae, but in the American spelling. So you go to formulas and click on that button, show formulas. Yes, the examiner wants to see. The examiner wants to see or your max, minimum, average, count if, average if. The examiner need to see this to award you mark. If for some reason you fail to print formulae, you will earn nothing. Okay, so formulas, show formulas. The exam says formulae. I go to formulas, show formulas. However, not the full formula is visible. If anything is not completely visible, you are not getting the whole mark. I advise you to go to here. Remember, select all. Between A and B, double click. I call this auto fit. So whenever I go into formulas or formulae, I do select all, double click auto fit. Also when I exit, it is like it's auto fit. Select all between A and B, auto fit. Okay. So now I have formulas visible. Print out is in landscape orientation. Go to page layout, and this is orientation, and make it landscape. You already know this from the word study. Row and column headings are displayed. What is meant by row and column headings? Those A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4 are called row and column headings. I want them to show in the print because they will not show. Please come look at here. This is heading. They will not show in the print. Tick here. They will show in the print. So this is, and when they say make sure row and column heading do not show, tick, untick. Contents of all cells are clearly visible. I already did that. Select all, double click AutoFit. So let us print. File and print. In the final, you will print on paper. However, for practice, we will print as PDF. In the final, you need to print on paper. Okay, so please, Microsoft Print to PDF. And click on button Print. Now you need to provide a file name. Go to the desktop. This is 25 June paper 31 and give it the name, for example, step 23. See, this is the printout. Yeah, this is. This is how your printout should look like. Perfect. You need to practice once before the final to print on a real printer. Okay, so that was one printing. You will need to do two printings. Print your spreadsheet showing the values. After printing the formulas, you need to print again the values. How you go back to the values? The same way. Formulas and close. Show formulas. And again, select all between A and B, double click AutoFit. It doesn't work. I have to adjust it manually. Maybe you have to make it a bit wider. Remove the highlighting, make it a bit wider like this, so the wrapping works. Yeah, and I think now it is fine. You just make things a bit wider. Or maybe make it here a bit narrower, so the off is on the second line. Okay, now it is ready. Now it is ready. And we need to read all the instructions. I don't like missing marks. Print your spreadsheet showing the values. Now I am in the values. Make sure fits on a single page. Let us see. If it doesn't fit on a single page, I will force it to fit on a single page. However, don't do this unless you are instructed. Print out is in portrait. Let us do the portrait first. Layout, page layout, orientation, portrait. Row and column headings are not visible. Untick that print. Row and column headings. Row and column headings are not visible. Contents of all cells are only visible. I did that. Select all, double click auto fit. Now I only have one challenge to fit on one page. Let us try. Let us try. Save and print. It does not. It will print on 2 pages. See? It is printing on 2 pages long. Okay, I know how to fix it. Go back. Let us deal with this scale to fit. The width is automatic. No, just make it 1 page wide. And the height is automatic. No, just make it 1 page height. Now I think Excel is reducing it to like 70%. I think. You can read it. Click on button save and print. This is the preview. Now it is on one page. But don't attempt to do this unless instructed. Sometimes the examiner wants it full scale. Okay? So again, print to PDF and click on here and just call it step 24. And let us check our printout. This is the second printout. Yes, just on one paper. Just on one, with my details in here, created on today's date and time. I think everything has been done. You have now earned 40 marks. And the whole exam is just 70 marks. This is like half of the exam. Quite nice marks to earn. Thank you very much for your attention.